Hello and welcome to the Community Voice. I'm Fara Sax. Family fun's in the house today. Little Jamfest returns for its third year at the University of Miami on Saturday, May 16th. This is an action-packed, fun-filled weekend for kids and adults. Joining me today is its founder and CEO, Jam with Jamie Kolnick. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Farah, for having me. I'm so excited. As a Miami native, this is like the spot.
Absolutely. Tell me how this all began for you, your background and how it led to this culminating in this wonderful, wonderful event that's happening in our community, up and coming.
Thanks for asking. So Jam with Jamie is a nationwide children's music company that I started almost 18 years ago in New York as I was auditioning and in the theater. And
so it was the glamorous life of being an actress.
Absolutely, very glamorous. Lived in, right near Penn Station, just so I could get to Ripley Greer, which was one of the audition studios. And while I was doing that, I started Jam with Jamie. My mom, my late mother, Cheryl Epstein, she actually encouraged me to start Jam with Jamie. She helped make my first business cards and helped me get my first gig as a children's entertainer at a friend's daughter's 1-year-old's birthday party. That's how Jam with Jamie was born. We are a children's music for parties, classes, events. We work privately with corporate, with schools, and we're nationwide. We're in 9 cities and have a big presence here in Miami. As a Miami native, and now with 3 kids of my own, I've always wanted to create a way for the brands that I've worked with over the past almost 2 decades, the community that I've cultivated here in Miami and nationwide, to come together for a family fun day. That's not just about the 45-minute children's entertainment at a birthday party or at a music class, but a way for us to pool all of our resources together, all of the incredible artists that we know locally and nationally. We've had some Grammy Award winning and nominated artists perform on the Little Jamfest stage, to bring everything that we know together for one day and work together with these incredible establishments here in Miami as venues. We've been at Miami Beach Convention Center, at Jungle Island, and now we're at UM, which is in my backyard. So that's a really nice commute for me, but that's not why we're there. We're there because the Shalala Student Center there, I don't know if you've seen it, it's absolutely stunning. The ballroom, the foyer, overlooking the water, and it just feels so right there. And I think that families are going to really enjoy the day that we've created for them.
So what's in store for them? Tell me a little bit more of what they'll experience. I mean, it seems like it's fun for the kids, but secretly I think the parents will like it too.
I absolutely think the parents are going to like this. So 12 to 6 p.m., I have to close my eyes.
You're visualizing it, I see.
Visualizing it, 12 to 6 p.m. You walk in, there's balloons, there's action, there's characters, Toyota will be there with 2 giant slides into a ball pit. El Car Wash will be there with bumper cars, bubbles kind of floating, giving a little bit of a car wash feel. Brands are activating with sensory activities, with art activities, and of course, music all day long on the main stage in the ballroom. Brands popping up with their activations all throughout. Food, drink, Maman, Bolé will be there. We'll have some food trucks downstairs. We'll have a brick oven pizza, L&B Groves with delicious turmeric bagels, and oh my gosh, they have something called the Rip and Dip, where they're like warm, delicious
Rip and dip. That sounds just warm, that alone. You got me at that.
Bagels dipped into this like peppery, like I don't know what's in it, cream cheese. And that'll be downstairs, some rainbow smoothies downstairs. So you'll be able to like leave the festival and like get some fresh air on the UM campus if you'd like, come back in. And We'll have another activation area of musical Jam with Jamie experience and other local artists for a bit more like low-key, intimate musical experience in the foyer. And Tony's will be doing a listening area. Tony's is a brand which is incredible. It's a screen-free music box where they have various characters that kids know, and you could put the character on top of the music box and just listen, right? Like this is, and that's another that segues me into, this is a screen-free experience, except maybe seeing on the screen the artists that will be on the stage and some of the brands that are participating. Screen-free, family experience. If I could check everybody's phone at the door, I would, because I think, and parents know this, we're just our kids. We're arguing with them all day, like, get off your iPad. Like, enough, no more TV, like figuring out, navigating how do we get our kids off screens. I think that music is one way that we do it. I love that we provide a service that allows for kids to have a tangible experience with their families that is screen-free, that's with people, and with music, and that's really what Little Jamfest is all about.
And why do you think it's really important for a community to come together, especially nowadays, where you were just talking about the screens, of coming together and really sharing space as a community and enjoying music? And it's something that I think we've lost along the way sometimes.
Yep.
with our screens, with our TV, however they're streaming, with our kids not being able to engage. And how important is that for music to take that place for you?
I think it's incredibly important, and there's so many experiences that are provided right now, festivals in Miami and other cities that we're in. But what I feel like is different about Little Jamfest is that it's an immersive, interactive experience. We really want to get the point across that family moments like this are everything. Like being able to watch your kids, watching the musicians on stage, possibly being inspired to be a musician themselves one day, or whatever it is, public speaker, just seeing someone on stage having a presence, I think it gives them confidence. We need to interact with each other. Like we have to have these community experiences. And of course, there's like the fun for adults, like meeting brands and possibly meeting your pediatric dentist through All Smiles, which will be there, or getting to know other. We have a lot of like health brands that are coming, like getting to know them and getting some swag along the way, which is fun. It's everybody always likes a little swag. We're actually going to have a really fun VIP area that, and this has nothing to do with the importance of bringing community together, but may as well mention it. A really cool VIP area where it comes with like an awesome gift bag. So everybody loves gifting. So that part will be really fun too. But that's all of the little tiny details that I think you see when you come to Jamfest, and it makes you appreciate it even more. And it's inside, and there's bathrooms, and what else could you ask for as a parent?
And AC.
And AC in Miami, because you never know if it's going to be rain or shine, and I know that we will exist, rain or shine. But most importantly, just to really specifically answer your question, is we find it imperative that we have these community moments, and leaving our birthday parties and our private play groups and coming all together, not just with the brands that we work with behind the scenes, but with the community that we built here in Miami and extending it beyond our community. It's very important that we're accessible to the community, that it's diverse, and that we're all coming together as one to be at this community, regardless of your background or your culture. We want everybody there.
And this is your third rodeo here. Have you slept yet? I mean, May 16th is up and coming.
What's sleep?
Yeah.
No, Mama doesn't sleep right now.
So does your head go into like a tailspin at like I can't stop thinking about it and how to make it better, and what you've learned possibly from previous years and growing, because 1,000 people come through the doors.
Yes, and hopefully more this year. What goes through my head?
Is it
as
like a
a
creative?
founder?
Yeah, is it like a creative process for you? Because I know your
Very.
background is an actress, so you're very creative. So applying it to this forum is probably very fun and fulfilling.
I'm glad you asked that because I don't think about it from this angle that much, but
I am making you think of it.
I appreciate that. I'm very creative, and everything that I approach is creatively. So when I'm talking with a brand about how they might activate at Little Jamfest, and I ask them first, like, how do you want to show up, and what's important to you right now, and what are your goals as a business, and what do you want to get across to the audience that's coming, and how are you going to make it interactive? I love that. Like, I love doing that. I never thought as a theater and dance major from UT Austin that this is what I would be doing and enjoying, but I absolutely love talking to brands, meeting other founders. I think is just, I've always loved talking to other founders and hearing about their business and what's important to them and what they can spend and how they want to spend it. It's really interesting to me. And what keeps me up at night is what other brands I could reach out to, how I can get other people to come, how we can make this more accessible, how we can work with the city of Miami to get them involved and make this something that can stay in Miami for years to come. Because as we know, it's really hard to keep things going. So you really need support. Some of that's financial support. Some of that's just people showing up and talking about it and attending. For me, it's just really important that we continue to get the word out, and we're here to stay. That's what keeps me up at night because it's we now have a nonprofit extension through the Miami Foundation. I have a nonprofit background. My brother Alan passed away in a car accident when I was 13. My parents, who have since passed away, they started this foundation. It's a scholarship foundation in Miami for Miami-Dade students graduating from high school. We've awarded like 280 recipients at this point. And I take that with me in all of the work that I do, giving back. And so with Jam with Jamie, I've always had my foot in nonprofit as well, even without being a nonprofit. But now, thanks to the Miami Foundation, we have a nonprofit extension, a fiscal sponsorship with them, which quite honestly is opening so many more doors for us to be what I want us to be and what has kept me up at night, which is something that stays. I want Little Jamfest to stay here in Miami. And I want it to be nationwide at some point, like the rest of our company. I've had opportunities and talks with friends in New York, in LA, with venues and artists and brands. Hey, when are you doing this in Atlanta and New York and LA and Chicago and DC? And I think there's a possibility for that one day, but there's only one me. So we'll get there. I want to prove it here first.
And I don't want to get you upset or anything, but do you sometimes feel that your parents and your brother are there with you? Because I think we talked about this off camera. Your mom gave you your first business card when you became an actress, and that was like you shared that, and it was really important to you that she was there for you. What would they say now? Do you feel them now? Do you feel your family helping in a different kind of mode? Do you understand what I'm
Absolutely,
asking?
yeah.
Because you looked at me and I was like, okay, I'm going to stop talking. Let's see what she's like.
No. I'm thinking. I'm a very spiritual person, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. My mom was incredibly spiritual, and after Alan passed away, we had every John Edwards book on her bookshelf, and every, she was really into mediums and into connecting with Alan, of course, losing an 18-year-old, losing a kid at any age as a parent, I think is like the biggest nightmare you could possibly think of. And as a 13-year-old coming of age, I didn't fully see it as clearly as I do now, but my mom was a role model for me in how to connect with those that aren't here. They show up in a dime and that's just like an inside thing, or 3, the number 3, or a butterfly, or the lights like flickering. And last night I just went into my laundry room, and I don't know what I was doing. I got a little scared in my house at night. I was like, it's dark out and I had to get something from the laundry room. I go in there and like a light was on in the mudroom, and I heard, like, saw it flicker. And I had a medium tell me once that like lights were a way that my family was going to communicate with me. And I just like pause and I look at like the flickering lights, and it happens often in the weirdest times. Like that light doesn't normally flicker. Like it was a weird flicker, you know, like it's not a normal one. And I always know that that's like their way of saying like, we're here, like we're connected, or you're connected to something bigger. And I realize for many this is too woo. But for me, it's meaningful. And I think when you've lost such important people in your life, you look for ways to connect with them, whether that be through community, through religion, through your work, through signs, through meditation. For me, it's been a lot of those things that make me feel connected, and also I see them through my kids.
Yeah, and
I feel them.
And it's what you're doing is bringing joy to families.
Yes.
And that's
I realize I segued. What would they say to me? I mean,
Yes.
everybody tells me, sorry, I segue a lot.
That's okay. So this is a big accomplishment,
Thank
bringing
you.
a community together. But you did bring up your parents and your brother, and I just wonder if that is still that connection, and that you think about them when you're really doing good for a community with families and knowing, you know, your own history.
Yes, I think they'd be extremely proud. And I always just wonder, like, what it would be like if they were actually here. I miss them terribly. But I know, especially with what my parents created with Reach for the Stars and what me and my brother Mike continue as co-founders of this scholarship foundation, that we're doing everything that they would have wanted to do if they were still here. And so they were like pen pals with these students. Like, it meant a lot to them. It was like an extension of Alan, I feel like, connecting with these kids and helping them reach the best of their ability, an ability that Alan never got the chance to get to. So I feel like we're continuing in their footsteps. Mike and I and me with Little Jamfest and Jam with Jamie, bringing something positive to the community. My mom always said, every negative experience creates a positive solution. And I live by that every day.
And it seems you found it.
Yeah, I think so. I really have raw emotions, and I realize I say all of this without a tear, and maybe that's just what happens when you tell a story over and over. But I really feel them with me every day, and I know that what I'm doing, they'd be extremely proud of.
Wonderful. Let's talk about the initiative, that the Uplifting Young Voices. Tell me a little bit about that, what impact that has, and what it's made for a community.
I'm super excited about Uplifting Young Voices, especially after my experience with Reach for the Stars and helping kids in the 16-year-old age range find their way, 16 to 18, find their way to their next steps and help them with, you know, scholarships and funding. This is our 9 to 16-year-old age range, the future stars. And as a child's performer, I used to be at Actors Playhouse and Christmas Carol and Babes in Toyland.
Your face lit up.
Oh, it's because I missed the theater. And I love that we're able to create an opportunity for these kids to showcase their talents on the Little Jamfest stage. So this year, we auditioned a whole slew of 9 to 16-year-olds. We got all of their submissions, and they filled out an application and talked about themselves and what's important to them and what their goals are. And we picked 3 outstanding women who are going to be performing on the stage. Soleil Nation, Izzy and Nikki, Alexandria, and they are absolutely incredible women who will be performing a couple songs. They'll also be performing alongside the Jam with Jamie band. in the middle of Little Jamfest Day and showing off their talents. And I'm hoping this becomes something that becomes bigger and bigger. And we worked with the Miami Foundation to get the word out, with local schools to get the word out. And, hopefully we'll get even more submissions next year and make an even bigger impact with this Uplifting Young Voices program.
And what I always find fascinating, when they're older, when they get older, they'll think about this time in their lives, and they'll think about the opportunity that you gave them to start their careers, or however that unfolds, because we all start in one way and we wound up in another way. You never thought you'd be doing this. You thought you'd be on Broadway,
right?
And,
big old Broadway,
yeah, or Hollywood, or wherever you saw that. But this is really a springboard for each of those young ladies.
Yeah, and I'm as someone who's auditioned ad nauseum and wanted opportunities like this, I'm so grateful to be able to have the opportunity to create it for them. And to be behind the scenes and produce it. It's truly not something I would have anticipated, although I've always been creative and loved behind the scenes stuff. I didn't notice that this was my track until I started hiring Jam with Jamie performers, working with brands, producing events, and watching the performers on my team flourish. I love watching them go from performing in a Jam with Jamie show to then singing behind Katy Perry. We have Kira Morrison out in LA. She was singing in Jam with Jamie. Then she was vocals alongside Katy Perry on stage. Actors of ours, actors now on Broadway that were Jam with Jamie performers. So that was just little bits of just watching these incredible young individuals grow and being a part of that, giving them confidence by doing Jam with Jamie parties. They're like showmen, and they're working the crowd. You have to do crowd work at Jam with Jamie parties because it's for the kids, but it's for the adults too. You got to make grandpa chuckle a little bit and mom and dad laugh a little bit. You got to work the crowd. The opportunity of Jam with Jamie performers, to have that, and then they take it with them through to improv, to TV, to movies, on stage, and then Uplifting Young Voices is just another little thing that we're creating that hopefully becomes bigger and helps them grow and hopefully gives them more confidence.
What's the most rewarding part of the whole experience for you for this event?
I love seeing something go from nothing to something. And personally, that's the most rewarding. To even be sitting here with you and talking about it means it's happening. To watch people walk through the door means I'm making an impact on them. To have families come to me after and say it was the best family event that they've been to with their kids means the world to me. And I just want everybody to have a good experience. That's what's rewarding to me. Is if and that's what success is for me, is if they walk out and say they had a good time and want to come back next year, and that it sparked musical interest for them, and they're going to play more music at home, and they feel like they made connections that day with the brands around them, the artists around them. They start to listen to them on Spotify. Then I've done my job.
What about your kids? What do they say?
Well, what's funny about my kids is I don't bring a babysitter with me the day of Little Jamfest, but I should. The last 2 years, I had one of them asking me for water the whole time. I'm going to have water stations everywhere this year.
Well, you know what? They just wanted your attention at that moment.
Oh my God, mommy. I'm I'm busy. So I'm gonna have to. I have all of my babysitters working the event, so they'll have an eye on my kids. I think they're proud of me. I mean, they're 4, 8, and 10, so there's only so many words, but they ask me about Jamfest and, am I working on it? And I think I was bummed the other day about a brand that didn't come through, and my son looked up from his Fortnite. I know, talk about getting off screens. It's sounds like an emotional moment. Looked up from his Fortnite and he goes, "Mommy, you're gonna do such a great job this year." And I was oh, you're proud of me. And then he went back to his Fortnite. I'm you heard that. I was disappointed. Because it's very up and down. I work really hard to get brands involved. And sometimes it's it's just not the year. Reach back out to us next year, right? But I've taken it less and less personally because I understand what brands are under and costs and anyways, that's a story for another day. But my kids, I feel like they're taking it home with them and they're proud of me and they realize what I'm working for and why I might be on my phone. I'm not just like scrolling Instagram. I'm actually doing something that's making an impact.
And you're a wonderful role model for them to see this. They might not say it, but you know that they're side-eyeing you and they're looking. They're really watching. And you'll hear this later in life. Trust me. You know, Jamie, we talked a lot about Little Jamfest. Let's jump to a video and see you in action and all the kids. This is wonderful. Roll it.
Welcome to Little Jamfest. I'm so happy you're here.
It's a beautiful day to sing and play. So put your hands in the air and shout, hooray! You got the music to guide you, the rhythm inside you. So let me hear you say, I wanna dance. I wanna groove and feel the beat. Hey, I wanna dance, yeah. I can feel it in my arms and in my feet. Hey, I wanna dance. I wanna dance. You can shake, shake, shake. You can jump and spin. You can go in reverse and you can do it again. You got the music to guide you, the rhythm inside you. So let that dancing spirit in. I wanna dance. Whoa, yeah. I wanna dance.
Let's jam.
And we're back live. I loved it. I want to be a kid again.
It's just like the best day ever, truly. Like just watching it. I mean, do I look enthusiastic or what?
I do too. I'm ready to jump in those little pit balls, those little balls, and jump
I
around.
saw those. Oh my God, some of those activations. Team Citron comes. They're like an incredible real estate company here, and they do this amazing activation there. And I'm just so excited for everybody to see it.
We're excited as well.
It's happening. Jamfest. Third time's a charm.
It's always been wonderful. Anything else that we might not have covered that you want to jump in and talk about? Tickets? How much are tickets?
Tickets, yes. Tickets at littlejamfest.com. They start at $45 and up and go. We have VIP packs. We have general admission packs that are family packs, which discounts it. And May 16th, 12 to 6 p.m., University of Miami. We hope everybody comes out and joins us for this really, really, truly special, magical family fun day.
Jamie, it was my privilege to be with you today.
Welcome
Thank
to
you
Little
for being
Jamfest.
vulnerable with me too. And best of luck and break legs and
Thank you.
enjoy the moment and stay in the moment because
Yes.
they're beautiful moments. And it's a wonderful time to be with families. Get your tickets, littlejamfest.com. Thank you again.
Thank you, Farah.
I'm Fara Sax. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other and have a great day.